Nick, I see you're growing out some beard. I like it.
It's like a pirate. It's it looks like the pirate.
Yeah,
beard.
dude.
Yeah, he's got the pirate beard going.
Hey, Eric, let's grow pirate beards together.
Nice.
Yes. Listen, if you grow a pirate beard with me, maybe I'll cut my hair to your length in the summer.
No.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We got Nick back here from an undisclosed location. It will not be disclosed.
Is this the first? Is this the first full eps in like literally 4 weeks?
This-
I was gone, then
Yes.
Eric was gone, then Nick was gone.
Yeah, so this
Oh my
4
God.
weeks ago was our last 4-person podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
So here we
It
are.
was the week before the trade deadline, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. Yeah, because the
Yeah.
first one we covered the stuff that we missed. I think we were missing Ben.
Yeah, that was
So-
Sushi Sunday.
Oh yeah, I was at home making sushi with my brother.
Sushi
I
Sunday.
forgot about that.
Yeah, Sushi Sunday.
It was good. We got it. We got it down. I'm actually kind of excited. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So I can make sushi sometimes. Yeah.
Well, we didn't see Nick last week, so what's going on? How's it going?
It's going good. Things are good. Things are good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, that's good.
All right, so last night, everybody, we went live on the Fifth Line YouTube, where you're probably watching this.
To
Unless you're
mixed
listening.
results.
To mixed results. But we went live, NHL 22. It was me, Ben, and Nick doing some ESHL, some EASHL. I had a good time. I don't know about you guys, but
Oh, I did. Nick,
apart
you're
from when I get pissed off, but
Other
getting,
than the first hour.
yeah. Well, we didn't start great, but we ended well. And Nick, you're getting better by the night that we play. By every time we play, it's a little bit easier. And then you had a good few goals last night. I think you had 3 or 4.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
So look at you.
Yeah, just
And
as
then we
long as I
closed it out
stop
with 2
chasing.
wins.
If I just stop chasing you guys.
You do like to be close to us. This is true.
dude, there was
I
a
don't know
part.
if it's because I like to. I don't know if that's the reason why, or if it's because we all think the same way. So then I just go to the same exact spot. that you
It
guys
very
do.
well could be that. There was a part last night where you two like bumped into each other, and for some reason in Chel there's like this Velcro effect when you hit
As
each other.
soon as you get near your own team, you're
And-
just gonna be on them for like 5 seconds.
And you two bumped into each other in front of the other team's net, and like got stuck together, and it was a 3-on-1 the other way. And I'm like, can you guys stop fucking making out? Come back and help me.
Yeah, it was rough at times, but by the end there, like I said, we got our cycle game going. We were feeling it
Oh,
at the
yeah.
end there. We got a couple wins to end it.
Yeah.
Got the OT win at the end to close the night off. It was great.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And I'd like to do that again. We'll probably do it again whenever we have free Saturday nights.
Friday/Saturday nights. Yeah.
Friday too. We could do Fridays.
I mean, I get out at like 11 most Fridays. It's a Friday, so I could still get home
Yeah,
quick, and we could do like 11:30 start or something.
could do that. But yeah, so
Depends
keep
if
an
you're
eye out for
feeling
that.
frisky.
We've got the whole stream VODs on the channel. It's 4 hours 20 minutes, I think. So it's a little
If
bit
you want to,
little bit shorter. Than the
if you
last
want to
one.
watch some
last one was
wins, scrub it to the end.
Yes.
Yeah,
You wanna
scrub to like the
lose
last
our
like
minds. Watch the first hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, I'm watching the first hour.
go
Yeah.
go to like the last like hour 20, and then that's probably the best game.
And that is probably the best, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, check it out. Moving on here. Eugene Melnyk passes away, 62 years old, out of the blue.
Yeah,
It was very
which-
surprising.
I mean, I'm sure people within the org knew that he was dealing with an illness, but like in terms of like public knowledge, I don't remember hearing anything about this, which is why it just came so out of left field. But
Right.
What do you think, Eric?
I mean, yeah, no, I was just shocked because I don't know anytime something official like that happens, especially when I see it from being on hockey Twitter, you see things sometimes like rumors and everything,
mhm.
and just seeing that from all of these outlets at the same time, I was like, whoa, like that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I got what happened. I got the Athletic notice, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was at work, and I got it from that. I was like, "Okay, so I know that's true." If they're reporting on it,
True.
But 62, it's too young.
That's really young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was that young.
Yeah.
I always thought he was just like one of those older 70, 80-year-old owners. Granted, he does look older. If you look at pictures of him, he does look older.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
in my opinion, he does. But
they still haven't said what. They just said illness, but you guys haven't heard anything about what the illness was, and so nothing on that. I mean understandably, they want privacy at this time. Yeah. I get that, but very sudden.
But thoughts go out to the Melnyk family. I wonder. I'm not sure what's going to happen in terms of the team, but that's obviously not important right now. Just hope everything's going okay. They figure all that out. But I don't know what the future of like ownership is. I'm sure we'll find out in his will and whatever, if it goes to family or what's going to happen. But yeah.
And people like to say he gets too involved with the team and for an owner and everything like that, which could be true. But one nice story I did see is that after Erik Karlsson left, he received flowers from Melnyk when his kids were born. So that's nice. Nice little story.
Kind of crazy story. I think I heard of it. I think I heard it on the Athletics hockey podcast. I think it was Ian Mendez. I might have brought it up. Was during the whatever year it was, they made the conference finals or something. I think it was most recently
17.
Yeah, it was in like one of the games in the Pittsburgh series where they lost. I think they were saying where Melnyk wanted to go down and talk to the locker room and like fire him up, but like his whole PR team was like, nah, maybe don't. And then, but like he very obviously cared. Whether or not he always acted in the best way in that degree, I don't know. But he obviously cared, and he was the guy who bought the team when they were on the verge of bankruptcy way back when, and then he kept them there. Whether I know it's an extremely complicated relationship after that as an owner in Ottawa, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, but just all the thoughts go out to his family at this point, and hopefully everything can kind of go along smoothly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So the end of an Iron Man streak happened today.
This is bullshit.
It's happening currently.
This is bullshit.
Yeah. So the Flyers decided. What was it? Yesterday that you guys sent us that?
Yeah. Something like that.
So yesterday the Flyers decided they were gonna be scratching Keith Yandle to get in some of their younger players. Which normally it's like, makes sense. The older guy on his way out, get some young guys in, get some experience. But he's 11 games from 1,000 in a row with not missing any. Come on.
There's a degree of, okay, if he's not good enough, then yeah, sure. Like that is kind of how sports should work. But at the same time, 11 games away from me and your season's already trashed. Like you can take out somebody else to get your younger guys in. And
this team, the Flyers, I just looked. They are 4 points ahead of Montreal.
That's quite bad.
Second
that's
bottom of the
quite bad.
Conference.
Oh, that's rough.
Like winning these games doesn't matter. These games don't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Let him play.
Matter at all.
But it's too late.
Did you guys see? Did you see the press conference too with Keith Yandle when he was asked about it? He was just he was so professional and so stereotypical, like hockey player about it, which makes it even more. It's like one of those things. He just kind of probably has some more thoughts on it, but he did not say them.
Well,
publicly.
Which what can you do?
But... what can you do, right? But it was just it was kind of. It just stinks too, like seeing whether I know like he has to say some of these things, but also genuinely when he was saying, oh, I understand from the organization viewpoint and the business viewpoint, these young guys got to get starts, and all my job is to do is still encourage them and make sure. So it was just, it was like, this guy
said all the right things.
Said all the right things and is doing all the right things, and can't change it. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe he's okay with it. He might be okay with it.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Would you be?
No,
Listen,
I'd be pissed. I'd be like, this is lame. Just put me in for like 5 minutes.
None of us are Keith Yandle, but since he is healthy scratched, if he wants to come onto the show, Keith,
Yes.
you're more than welcome to tell us your thoughts on the situation.
Keith Yandle.
I still think the worst coach move to me is still the Mike Babcock sitting Madonna one away from 1,000.
Just 1,000 total. Yeah, that's
because Babcock's an asshole.
Yeah,
because he's a cock.
Honestly,
but
yeah,
it's kind of lame, but
yeah,
whatever. We don't
feels very Mike Babcock.
It does kind of.
We're just peasants who talk about this. We don't have any impact on that team.
Very true.
Yeah.
Here we go, boys. This is a little something interesting. The IIHF World Cup of Hockey, which
oh my God,
is in 2024, is it?
Yes. It's
back.
back.
It's back, and it's not featuring one of the more exciting teams to watch. Team NA.
Yeah, they're not doing North America this time.
No NA and no EU.
So wait, to the people watching who don't know, the World Cup of Hockey happened what year?
2016.
Yeah, it was 2016.
16, and there were two teams.
2004 was the other one too. That's been part of the problem is they're not consistent with it at all.
Okay.
They had one in 2004 and then 2016.
Out. Yeah, damn.
But I can't. The most recent one. It's essentially, for those of you who don't know, when you watch the Olympics and you watch hockey, there's like Canada, the U.S., I don't know, Finland, Sweden, all those
Russia,
teams, right?
Yeah.
That's a thing. But in the World Cup of Hockey, there were two teams that were different, and those were Team North America and Team Europe. Team North America was American and Canadian international players, 23 and under, I believe. That was Team North America.
Okay.
And Team Europe was...
It was all of the NHL players that weren't from Sweden, Finland, Russia, Czech Republic.
Okay, so the bigger,
I think those were the only. Because they were like, we don't really have enough time to do let's field teams and do stuff, which transitions into this time around. There's rumors in 2023 they're gonna have some sort of play-in setup where. You'll get countries like Germany and everybody else getting in there a year ahead. They'll give countries like US, Canada, Sweden, Russia buys because they're they're going to be there. But there's going to be some sort of way they're going to get actual other because they want to turn this into a legitimate sort of World Cup event that can eventually down the line, I mean, as laughable as it sounds right now, but eventually down the line turn into something like the FIFA World Cup. Which they are very far away from. Very far away.
By country now, then?
Yeah, just countries. Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. That's the point I was trying to get to. For the listeners, Team North America and Team Europe are not happening anymore. It's just going to be what you would see at the Olympics per se, kind of. And I guess I have some thoughts on this. The first one being I was disappointed that we wouldn't get to see Team North America. But then when I thought about it, I was almost we were supposed to get Olympic hockey, and I was so excited for that. And the fact that this is the closest thing that we will get that is basically best on best. It is best on best hockey. You know what? Yeah. Sure. This year, I'm fine with it. I kind of am whatever about it.
The nice thing is they contractually within the CBA will be going to the Olympics in 2026. It's still in there. The only reason it didn't, I mean, if COVID is not a thing in 2026, they'll be going to.
Dude, it's 2026, man. It's gonna be done. We're gonna be done with it.
I just don't like testing things with my words, Mike. I don't like speaking things into existence. But in all likelihood, we'll be getting Olympics in 2026. But I think this would be a cool thing to get in 2024 before that. And if it could become a thing where it's as big as the FIFA World Cup, that it'd be cool to have something where it's every 2 years or 2 years on, 2 years off, where you're going between a World Cup event, Olympic event, World Cup event, Olympic
That'd
event.
be very nice.
Getting that much best on best would be awesome. I think we're a long ways away from that, but it sounds like the gears are at least turning.
So Ben, are you how do you feel about the absence of North America and Europe? Kind of same boat that I'm in, or you feel it differently?
I mean, I think the one thing with the Team North America we got was it was a very particular group of players. Like, we just happened to get a Team North America that had all of Connor McDavid, Auston Matthews, Nathan McKinnon, and on and on. Like, there was a lot of fucking gunners on that team. Like, they were going. But then also at the same time, if they win, I don't know, like, sure, it's cool the team won, but like, all right, it's not a singular country winning. Like, I feel like it makes more sense when it's like you can have it win and be like, all right, Canada won, US won. But then, like,
all those guys are together.
This one group of 23 guys that are never going to play together again won this thing this one time. So, like, I don't know, it would have been cool, but like, I think it does make more sense for international competition to actually have like a tournament of like just strictly countries. And if they can have some kind of play-in event, that sounds like they might, based on stuff I've heard from the usuals, the Friedmans and the like, that they're probably going to do something like that. I think it makes more sense. And if they want to build it out to be more of a consistent, more regular, more of an international type event, like a FIFA World Cup, like, that's something they would need to do. It needs to be like actual countries playing each other, I think. I think it makes sense. But yes, last North America was a lot of fun, and also seeing Jaro Halak carry Team Europe on his back to a final was a lot of fun for the Habs fan in me. That still wanted him to do well, but I don't know.
Nick, you had some thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, if you basically can put together a North American super team. So if the expectation is that those guys should win, because they are the best and they play in the best league. So I'd agree with pretty much everything you guys said, breaking it into country specific to say, okay, now here's US's best against Canada's best, at least for the younger guys. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And Mike, you're kind of same boat?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I wrote down, I wrote down, but I think I'm wrong at this point. I wrote what if they took out at least Team NA, because a lot of these younger guys are going to get a sniff anyway at the national team. Just because that's the way hockey's going younger. Because I think back in 2016 it wasn't quite like that, although I feel like Connor McDavid probably could have made Canada anyway.
Yeah.
Same with McKinnon. But
Hockey Canada is very traditionalist, though. They're going to take their older guys that they know.
True. That's very true. Hopefully the U.S. doesn't do that, because we got to get some Zegras, some Caulfield out there, Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes. Yeah, they should all be on the team probably. But I don't know. I'm gonna miss it because it was a fun team to watch. And whenever you get a team of young guys going up against a team of older guys, in general, it's gonna be the young guys it's just gonna be fast, which is always fun to watch.
I mean, that Sweden North America 3-on-3 overtime is still my favorite example of 3-on-3 overtime ever. It was just, it was such fun hockey. Like, it was so good. So RIP Team North America, long live Team North America.
I gotta get that.
Sorry,
jersey.
you're not back.
Yep. If anyone knows where a Team North America jersey is, please let this podcast
They spring up around eBay pretty often.
I got one on my watch list. I got one on my watch list right now.
Yeah.
I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Probably should.
Yeah.
Get Point on there. Was Point in that team?
That's a good question.
It was funny. They did like a pre-tournament, because the tournament was held in Toronto rather, but they did pre-tournament games, and one of them was in Montreal, and I went and saw Team North America versus Team Europe game in Montreal, which was such a strange matchup in Montreal. But it was fun. I watched Thomas Greiss get lit up. because he was the other goalie on Europe.
Oh no,
And-
poor Thomas.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great hockey. Because Europe, I remember it took them a little wait. Like it took them a couple games
get going.
into the tournament to get going. And then when they did, they kind of gelled. But yeah, that was a fun experience though, because I was also in a box for that game, so that was fun.
Oh, that's really cool. I forgot you did that. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, hey, guys, we could be going to some World Cup of hockey games in the future.
Oh yeah, I wonder where it might get held. If it gets held in Montreal, that would fucking rule.
Oh, that would rule. And that's a great place to have it too, I think. Just in general. Love Montreal. I want to go back. I miss
It was
Montreal.
so good to be back a couple. It was so nice.
Yeah, dude.
Is that a week ago now? Yeah, a week ago now.
I guess speaking of that, if that's all we have on the World Cup of hockey, not a Hab, but an enemy of the Habs, Auston Matthews.
Yeah.
The first to reach 50 goals.
That's
Congrats to him. That man is. I didn't realize the pace he was scoring at until I saw the stats. It's insane.
Fastest to 50 since like 94 or something.
Jesus.
Or 90. It was like 96 maybe with Lemieux and Yager.
Insane.
Yep.
Insane. Yeah, that is
currently got first Leaf since Andrew Chuck, by the way, in 93, 94 to hit 50.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time.
wow. Yeah.
Nearly 30 years. Jesus. Yeah.
Granted, I don't think I could tell you the last time a Hab got 50. So
That's actually true. Yeah, probably 93.
It was probably Stefan Richer sometime around then.
He's at so currently Matthews is at 51. So with what has he got? Like 15-ish games. He's got definitely a chance to hit that 60 mark.
Oh, he probably will hit 60. Yeah,
definitely got a chance, which would be
we haven't seen in a bit.
First. You want to know who was the last one to do it? You guys want to guess?
Is it Stammer?
Yeah.
Because I knew he did it after Ovi did his.
Yeah, Stammer in 2012 got 60.
Do any of you guys follow even Nick? Do you follow Toronto at all? Like other teams that I know you follow the Sens from time to time, but I don't really follow Toronto. No, because I don't really see Auston Matthews play. I know he's scoring, but I don't really see him play.
I haven't watched a game of theirs.
Neither have I. The Leafs have just been quiet for me this year. They're just good. They have been.
They're kind of just there. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
They're winning a lot, but then also losing in spectacular ways pretty regularly. I don't know.
I think that's just the Habs fan of you saying that, to be honest.
No, because it's not even because it's Steve too. Because I watch all of his videos. It's they've had a hot streak recently, but he for a while there is they're winning, it's fine, but then they keep losing games in ways that if it comes to the playoffs, it's probably not going to go well. But anyway, before we get me hating on the Leafs too much,
that's not what this place is
Matthews
about.
would also be. This would be only the third time since '96 with Yager and Lemieux for somebody to score 60. Yeah,
unreal.
If he hit, that would be nuts.
If he hits, he's got to get 9 more in. Actually, I have it open right here. How many games do they have left? 68. So 14, 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad math. 16 games left. No, 14 games left. Jesus.
Because it's 82. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Back to the 82.
So what's that for a pace that's like 1 point or point like 0.67 or something goals a game? He's got an average.
That would be nuts if it was.
Yeah.
Because 67.
Oh, that would be.
Wait, what is it? What and how many games? I'll get out the calculator.
14 games, 9 goals. So whatever. What is it? Whatever.
It would be 9 divided by 14.
Yeah.
You would have to go at a 0.64 goal a game pace.
Man. My head math was nearly there.
For the rest of the year to get 60, which he could easily do. I see it probably happening, which is nuts.
I hope he does.
He always
go for Matthews. USA.
I'm only salty because he dunks on the Habs every time they play. He was the one who scored 30 seconds in when I was at the game the other day.
I mean, he dunks on every team.
Yeah,
he does.
Pretty sure he scored on every team. Maybe not Seattle, but
Oh, probably. Seattle's been trash.
Yeah, but they haven't
Yeah.
played. They only played a couple games. He might have been hurt.
That's true.
All right. Well, you guys want to jump into team updates then?
I do. Nick, I want to start with you.
Okay.
I do too.
Because
All right,
yeah,
so
no,
I don't know
because
if you guys, I'm not a good team member, so I didn't listen last week.
no, you know what happened today with your boys.
Didn't
they
Josh
won.
Norris get a hat trick?
Hey, shut your goddamn mouth.
Okay, sorry.
Let's turn it back a second. So they extended. I don't know if we covered this, but they extended Forsberg a couple weeks ago.
I did
I
not
don't
know
remember if I ever brought that up, but good.
Yeah, please.
that. Anton.
Seem to.
And then they had that rough stretch. They were supposed to have an easy week 2 weeks ago. Wasn't easy for them. That was
Well, what does the easy week for Ottawa? What the hell does that mean?
That they were playing, right? So give me a second, I'll pull it up. But the last couple games, they've been really good. First of all, your ex Tampa boy gets himself a hattie. 2 hatties, 2 games in a row.
From 2 pretty young guys as well. Well, I don't know if Joseph's that young.
So hopefully that's a sign to that front office to say, hey, if this guy's scoring a hattie, how about we lock him down a little bit longer?
Sign him. Extend him.
Does he have? Is it like? Does he have any years on the deal, or was it?
I think it was a year.
Okay.
And then tonight, as Ben alluded to, Josh Norris had a hattie as well. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, it's still grinding down at the bottom. They're not going to be last, thank God. But
that is good.
I would have hoped that they could have. That way, they could have got the number 1 pick.
Who is the number 1 pick this year?
It's probably gonna be Shane Wright.
Yeah, Shane Wright.
Okay.
There's some other guys.
Matty J has nothing left on his deal. Josh Norris has nothing left on his deal.
Oh boy.
2 RFAs. Actually,
Yeah,
there's a bunch more, but
yeah.
But those are the 2.
There's a lot of RFAs this year.
Yeah,
so that front office has got some work to do.
That'll be fun. You got hey, listen, you got Pierre McGuire.
Pierre and Pierre, like
you're good.
You're set.
Pierre McGuire, baby.
It'll be interesting how ownership steps in on those if they do like they did in the past, and it's obviously going to be a change. It's going to be a change of guard, so
it'll be interesting to see how that whole situation figures itself out. I want to go.
Nick, you're sorry, Mike.
No,
sorry,
go,
Mike.
go.
No, I was gonna say, Nick, you're kind of just like, the Sens are the Sens, basically, with a few locksome players down in there.
Maybe I'll watch a couple more games before the season ends.
Okay.
How many do you think you're at this point? How many do you think you've watched?
Of Sens games or games in total?
Sens games.
Sens, yeah.
Probably 4.
I mean, I'm probably a lot lower, but
probably
I'm
like
20, 30 for
8,
me at this point.
8, 10. I probably watched 8 or 10 games all season long.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a bad hockey fan, people.
Don't I mean, I don't know, when a team is as perennially like down, like you're building to the right place, but when your team is this perennially down, like I don't blame fans for being like, okay, I have better things to do with my 3 hours. Like, because I got to a point there in like November, December where I was like, I'm not, why?
Yeah.
Or I would put it on for 10 minutes and immediately be like, okay, no. Like, I don't blame you, no.
Yeah, but that's
very true.
But you're right, Eric. You always sum it up real well for me. The Sens are the Sens. They're doing their thing. That's that.
Speaking of Eric, I want to go to Eric because man,
Okay.
here we are, Ben. We've arrived.
What?
Before the show, I hinted at a hot take.
Oh.
Okay.
We have arrived.
You think they're making it?
We've arrived.
Okay.
Holy mackerel.
That's a strong one.
4-game win streak. And they are a lot of points behind the Caps. They are 13.
A lot of points.
They're 13 points back, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do it.
I respect that. I'm going to start off with saying you don't have years of failure
That is true.
behind you of cheering for the Islanders.
As of tonight, it says
optimism.
they're only 11 points back.
11 because they won.
It updated.
Today.
Okay, it finally updated.
Yes.
Fuck, shit wouldn't update for me.
Okay, so this is funny. So you know how every week we have the conversation of, well, you know, the Islanders are pretty much out of the playoffs. Every week there are a few Islander accounts I follow that share that little, you know, that giant circle of all the teams with their playoff chances, that nice graph, and it always says like 1.2% for the Islanders. And I always think, I'm like, imagine they did it. And I just, right now, I'm at that point where if they did, that would be incredible. But I just don't want to give a hot take to a team that's let me down so many times this season. Again, this season has been a shit show of a year. But as a fan, yes, if the Islanders want to go for it, boys. Zdeno Chara, carry the team on your 45-year-old back into the playoffs. Turn the puck over in your zone over and over again. No.
Bring
they
it
would
in.
probably have to win out at this point.
Playoff game at UBS.
Yes. I think the funny part about a hot take that the Islanders would make the playoffs is that it would require the Washington Capitals absolutely shitting the bed, which would make a lot of NHL fans happy and laugh for some reason. I feel like a lot of people don't like the Capitals. I don't know.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't really have any strong feelings about them.
Neither do I, even though they kind of have a rivalry with the Islanders, especially with the whole Trotz thing now, I'd say, in recent years. Playoff meetings, maybe. But that'd be funny, though. I know, Penguins fans and Islander fans would unite if the Capitals choked and the Islanders made it into the playoffs. That'd be funny.
So let's look at the math here.
Okay.
Each team has 14 games, so that's 28 points. So that's 28 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's close. It's gonna be close.
It's way too close.
Come on.
The Capitals are again. I just think they're too good of a team.
The Islanders would probably have to win at least like 10 of their last 14.
Yeah.
All right. This is another thing. Let me just put this to.
Let's look at the schedule.
Not to bed. Not to put it to bed. The teams that the Islanders have to play. You ready for this? They have to play Dallas, Carolina, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Montreal. Which in recent times, no, that's a tough game. That's a tough game.
They're down bad right now. But
after that, Toronto, Florida, the Rangers, Carolina, Washington, and Tampa Bay.
Imagine at the end, if it's close, those two Washington games.
Yes, that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, if they actually run the gauntlet and do it with that schedule, then fuck it, they earn it.
Dude, watch me about to cheer against the Lightning in that last game of the season.
You'd actually do it.
Come on,
I was going to say, imagine if Islander fans who already dislike the Lightning have their playoff chances ruined by Tampa Bay on the last game of the season.
Yikes.
At home as well.
Yes, I look at that schedule and it's all those teams are either. I mean, it's one of those things. They are, but teams like that, sometimes they fall off a little bit before the playoffs, or they rest people, but those teams are all too good, in my opinion. Yeah, they're all, I don't know. I can't see it. I'm rooting for it. I'll root for it.
A lot of those teams are still in hunts for like their own spots and where they are going to rank in the playoffs too. So like Dallas and like Pittsburgh's still Pittsburgh's good this year. So like they're going to be.
Oh yeah. Also, teams like that, Pittsburgh, it's a Penguins Islander game. They're gonna give it. That's a rivalry. The Rangers, that's not gonna be. It doesn't matter what state the team is in. Yeah, they're gonna go at it. Florida's so talented. They're not gonna let off the gas. Yeah. So we'll see. Will the Islanders do it? Who knows? Stay tuned.
Listen, if they do it, I'm replaying this.
This episode. Yeah. Again, I'm with you. I'm cheering for it to happen, but I have years of being an Islander fan behind me, so I'm a little more pessimistic than you are.
I did see that you guys shut out the Rangers. Speaking of that rivalry,
so I do want to talk about some games, and yes, they did win 4 straight. Today they beat the Devils. That was the last of them, 4-3. Just want to say real quick, they beat the Devils with Corey Schneider in net, guys.
Ooh.
And Corey Schneider got his first win since March of 2020.
Hey.
Man actually got into a game.
Yeah,
wow.
and he played well. Played really well.
Nice.
I've seen him just chilling on a bench for like 2 years and been like, one day you'll get a game, buddy.
One day.
One day.
And
Good for him.
they utilized him perfectly, playing his former New Jersey Devils. So that's pretty appropriate. So the Islanders that we talked about, that they lost to Tampa in that afternoon game, but since then, that was last Sunday, they beat Columbus 4-3. They had a back-to-back. Sorry, they beat them in Columbus 4-3. They beat them at home 5-2, and then they shut out the Rangers at MSG.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Get owned.
Very nice. And then they beat New Jersey today. So
see you in the playoffs.
Yes. Oh, that'd be crazy. The 2 games against Columbus, I don't know. Columbus is a weird team. They're kind of struggling right now. I don't know. They can score goals, but when I watch Columbus, they can't defend that well. And their goaltending's been a little all over the place. Nothing against Merzlikins. Korpisalo's had injury troubles. But the Islanders, 2 solid wins. I really have not much to say about those. However, the Rangers game was one of those games where the Islanders looked like themselves, in the sense that they get completely outplayed, and then they get one chance. No, but they bend, but they don't. They get outplayed, but they still cover their guys. They still keep shots to the outside, even if they let in a lot of shots. And then they have one chance, and they score. Matt Martin scored a goal in that game.
I think I figured out why you have a certain amount of fondness for the Habs, Eric.
Yeah. See, you get it now. You get it. It's the same team.
Try to keep it to the outside, allow all the shots you want, and then hopefully we'll score some.
Exactly. But Matt Martin scored a goal. Barzal scored a goal. And who else scored a goal? Casey Cizikas scored a goal. Semyon Varlamov started that game.
Matt Martin and Cizikas?
Wow.
Both scored goals against the Rangers. And the crazy part is, I didn't realize this, so I thought they would rest Varlamov. I thought they were going to put Schneider in because they had just played Columbus at home at UBS the night before, and Varlamov started. So I'm like, oh, they'll rest him. They played him again, and I think the reason they did that, I didn't know this until after the game, Varlamov has 4 straight games at MSG where he has not allowed a single goal. He has a 4-game shutout streak against the Rangers at MSG.
That's epic.
One way to endear yourself to Islanders fans.
12 periods of hockey.
And he did it again.
Yes.
Wow,
and so,
that's cool.
Absolutely incredible. Another weird stat, Shesterkin against the Islanders is 1-6, and the one win was against the Islanders AHL team amidst all the COVID things happening.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, at the beginning of the year?
Essentially an AHL team.
Yeah,
yes.
Like it was bad. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Varlamov is 4-0 and Shesterkin is 1-6. Just saying. That's a bit of a flex to you Ranger fans out there.
Just saying.
But
those sound like MVP
as
numbers.
You peer up at them in the playoffs.
Yes, exactly.
You wait until it's a best of 7.
Yeah. No, the Rangers are having a fantastic season. It's weird. As I will say, as an Islander fan, the Islanders have always, in my lifetime, been worse than the Rangers in the regular season. And I know the Rangers, again, from 2012 and on, kind of, they had that period where they would keep making the playoffs and do well in the playoffs.
The Lundqvist era?
The Lundqvist era, exactly. And despite that happening, the Islanders in the regular season always would kind of have their number and beat them. Weirdly, as bad as the Islanders were doing, it's just a rivalry thing, I feel.
Sometimes you just got to get up for games, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the Islanders also won in New Jersey today. JG Pajot got a hat trick, his second career hat trick. Congrats, your boy Nick. I know. I thought, I was like, oh. I sent you guys a video too. I don't know if you watched it. He got the hat trick, and a fan threw a hat, and then he caught it on his stick.
Yeah.
Incredible cool catch, and great throw to that fan. Shout out to that fan. So the Islanders are, they're playing very well. Goaltending is good. Sorokin's still hurt since that Tampa game, since he took that shot up high. I don't know the timetable on when he's going to come back. But that's all I have to say about the Isles. They're riding a win streak, and they have to play Dallas. That's a big game. Their next game.
They could beat them.
They have a bit of a road trip. They have Dallas, Carolina, and St. Louis. This is probably the most important stretch of hockey in their season. So we'll see what happens.
Carolina will be rough.
Yes. But that's about on the Isle.
All right, Benny. Our boys played last night.
They did, and we didn't watch it because we were.
I watched that entire game. So much fun.
That's more than we did.
Neither of us watched it, but Eric did because, one, it was on NHL Network, so it was going to be blacked out on me for ESPN Plus anyway, because they always are for some reason. But from everything I've read up, I mean, Eric, you can speak on it too, but everything I've seen across Habs Twitter and everything I've read from like my usuals was like it was just a gutsy game that they ended up coming out on top of just by the chance of it, just because like very obviously this Montreal team is not.
Well, I'll tell you this: I watched the highlights, and oh boy, that first goal. That one must have been tough for you guys to get.
Was Elliott rough?
It was a fucking 2-on-0.
No, it was the 2-on-0.
Oh, yeah.
That was so funny. If you watch that play unfold,
what are you guys doing?
Tampa starts a rush, and you realize you're like, it's kind of weird that there's 5 people in on that rush. Who's the defenseman back? And then they turn the puck over, and they're probably thinking the same thing. They look back and like,
it's bad.
That's not good. They're like, Vasi's got. Oh shit, no, that's Elliott. Never mind.
There was also the one where Cirelli slid into Jake Allen, and it counted, and I'm like, all right, cool.
I saw that. I thought your guy. Dumped
if you watch back, there's no they're not. If there is, there's not much. Like,
well,
Cirelli just kind of went into him and like, all right, cool. But I've never pretended to understand what goaltender interference is at this point, anyway. But they got a chintzy win, probably. Like, I mean, it's a shootout win against Tampa as the 32nd overall or 31st overall Montreal Canadiens. It's whatever, but they got a lot of younger guys in. Jordan Harris got his first game, and from everything I've seen, he had a pretty good, like, calm first game. Justin Barron was still playing some games. I don't think he did quite as well from what I was seeing.
So I will comment on that, Ben. It was so funny. He was out. St. Louis threw him out in the 3-on-3, and he tries to take some time and go behind the net very shiftily, and Braden Point is on him, and Braden Point gave him a very welcome to the NHL moment, which was he goes behind the net. He thinks, I'm going to go behind the net, and whichever way he comes, I'm going to go the opposite. And Point caught him and lifted his stick and stole the puck from him, just like that. So it was welcome to the NHL, buddy. You're playing against Braden Point now.
That's the thing right now with them. They're just like they dealt away a bunch of guys at the deadline, and then after the deadline had like 3 or 4 injuries. So they're just they're getting any guys out that they can. It's fun. They're just kind of piecing together semi-decent games. I mean, they had a fucking slog of a schedule since the last episode. It was, they lost in a shootout to New Jersey on the night we did our last episode. But then they lost 7-4 to Florida, 4-0 to Carolina, and then won 5-4 against Tampa. Like, it was literally like, all right, 31st place team with like half an AHL team. You're going to get all of the top teams in your conference. And I'm like, best of luck, guys. And Jake Allen did his level best to keep him in most of those games, and then did, from what I've seen, or what you were saying about the Tampa game, did Montembeault play?
No, Allen played. He played great. He played very well.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't complain. They just got games left to play. They're just trying, guys. It's all good in Habland right now. They're getting the young guys in. Marty's showing a lot of confidence in the younger guys right now. Mm-hmm. Cole Caulfield is still scoring at an absolutely insane pace. I don't get it. Nick Suzuki's still coming along and looking more confident by every game. The shootout winner last night, I loved. I don't know. It's weird. It's like the last few weeks have been like the first time I've been truly happy in this hockey season with where like things were going, because like it's good. Habs news lately has been good. So
yeah. Enjoy it. Soak it in, buddy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mike.
Yeah.
Tell us about your boys, because to be honest, I usually try to keep an eye on them sometimes, and I really haven't this past week. But you said last week they were kind of
They were sucking.
Tampa Bay standards.
They were not doing well.
Okay, sure. So what's the story this week?
They picked it up. I think they went on a four-game win streak, maybe 5.
Nice.
But they won the first 2 games this week. Obviously, they beat the Isles on last Sunday. They beat Carolina. That was a playoff game. The game against Carolina, that was a playoff game.
Yes.
Yeah. 4-3, not an OT. No, yeah, it was OT.
Okay.
Sorry, it was OT. But it was their special teams. They the week before this Carolina game, they played Carolina away in Carolina, and it was like the special teams told the story. It was like Carolina had a couple PP goals, and the Lightning just couldn't. And then it was the opposite in this game. Lightning's power play had 3 power play goals.
Jesus.
And they ended up coming out with the dub. And then they beat Chicago, which was they just played well and just beat Chicago. But the best thing about that game was Nick Paul had 2 assists. And listen, I don't know how you guys get clips to send. I can never find Lightning clips to send you guys, because I would have sent this one. But Nick Paul's assist, he assisted on Ross Colton's second goal, because he had 2. And it was this like spinning, like they entered the zone. He goes towards the corner. Foot gives him the puck down towards like the bottom of that circle on the right side. He like catches it. He's a lefty, so he catches it facing the boards, kind of like turns and fires it backhand like through his legs, like backwards, like straight backwards. Perfect, right on the tape. And Colton just puts it in. It was freaking sick.
That was sweet. It was very sweet.
But yeah, and then Hagel scored an empty netter against his old team. So rub a little salt in there.
Oh yeah.
And then they lost in Montreal, which obviously I didn't watch. But I don't think they played well, and they were turning it over every 2 seconds.
Yeah. I wouldn't take too much away from that. Like it's a fine game. They got a point.
They did get it. They did squeeze a point out of it, so that's good. But yeah, it's
that tying goal with that Montreal scored too. I trickled through Elliott's 5 leg.
That's the thing. Elliott's he's been doing better, but you definitely more pucks go through him than will go through Vasilevsky. So
I mean, yeah,
we are talking. Yeah, we are talking about like the best goalie in the
best
world.
Goalie in the league.
He's the best goalie.
In the NHL,
right
which
now.
by de facto the world. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, he did have a sick. Elliott did have a sick like pad stack.
Yeah, I saw that clip from last night. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Which is, you only get that from a goalie that's out of position.
I mean, yeah, but then like when they do it,
it's freaking sweet.
Are you trying to tell me that I've been an out of position goalie my entire life?
Is that your go-to pad stack?
In street hockey, yes, it's so much fun.
I mean, it's the most like if you are out of position, it's the most area you can get up really quickly. Like, it's it's most surface area.
They're doing well. They're back on track. They're in 3rd because it's the Atlantic.
I mean, the Atlantic's a fucking gauntlet right now.
Yeah. Tied with Toronto. Toronto has more wins. But
okay, I'm gonna insert, unless we're gonna take a break. I kind of want to insert a little story that I just thought of, because I was thinking about me.
Does anybody need to take a break? Anybody got a squeeze the lemon or anything? All right, keep her going.
So
so I don't know if you guys. I know, Ben, you've played goalie and stuff like that. So all right, sometimes for my roller hockey team.
Sure.
Sometimes for my roller, I used to play street hockey like you, but sometimes for my roller hockey team, when our starting goalie Tom isn't there, I'll go in, and it's a very different environment when you're playing goalie in a competitive game on rollerblades. On rollerblades.
Oh God, and I wouldn't even want to on rollerblades.
So we were. This was a few. Sorry.
How does that work? Because you can't like you can't like
How
do
do
like
you
the
dig
shuffle.
in?
You can't do the shuffle.
Yeah.
So you have to like.
Do you
do you
dig
have to
in?
do you have to
What do
turn
you?
and slide?
So to like do like butterfly, like how ice hockey always slide back and
Yeah.
forth like that, you just kind of shuffle. Yeah, you just kind of shuffle
Huh.
your legs.
That's weird.
I
So
don't know if I would like that.
there are in really high skill roller hockey leagues, there are pads specific and tile that they play on where goalies can actually slide because they're putting all the money and the time into it. But
Sure.
for us, I'm not going to spend $700 on a pair of leg pads so I can slide. Like,
Yeah.
but I'll just shuffle. Like all the years of street hockey have taught me. But we do play on an indoor surface, so it's tile. It's nice. But we play teams that are, I don't know, usually they're in their 30s, some guys in their 40s. So we play against men. Like we're the kids.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And this was a game we were missing. I felt like the Islanders. We were missing maybe 6 guys because they were all on a ski trip together in Colorado. And so I was like, oh, let me play goalie. And there was this guy on their team who was this big dude who could really move. You could tell he's played higher level roller hockey.
But you just lay into it.
He would just take shots. I wouldn't see them. They just be in the net. And I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I can't see these shots right now. He would lay into them. But this has never happened. Do you know when you see moves in the shootout? When a guy comes in and goes 5-hole and the goalie doesn't even go down, they just kind of stand there and it looks like they didn't try, but they just get beat cleanly. We got to a shootout, and of course that guy comes in and he does that to me, and he was just coming in and he kind of like Zuccarello'd it very still and then just snapped it through my 5-hole, couldn't even get down, and I was just like, that's what that feels like. Oh my god. Oh my god. It just looked from an outside perspective, it's like, wow, what did you just stand there? But it's just shot so quick. I'm like, what is he gonna do? You know? It's So that humbled me a lot. I will say that with playing goalie.
Oh yeah, no, it's it's definitely the worst position.
It's so much fun, but it is from a pressure and mental standpoint, it's one of the toughest. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So just thought I'd include that story.
I don't know, those
Also,
days we did do goalie in street hocky was fun though. When we, I know there was a few goes where me and you both played, Mike, and that was fun.
It's fun to play, but. And I played. I don't know if I ever told you this, Eric, but I played
competitively.
I played goalie in like minor league. When I played minor league,
wow.
I had a couple years of goalie. And I was okay, but it wasn't for me. And it's not for me because I get rattled pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I would let a goal in, I would go to my head and I would be like pissed off that I let a goal in, and then I would just be prone to letting in more.
Yeah. Yep. That's the hard part, man. You just gotta pretend it's like.
I can't do that.
I usually pretend it's so. In that same game, a goal went in. A guy took a slap shot from the blue line, and it was on the ground. And I went to stop it with my stick, and I just missed it. It went right through my legs. Terrible goal. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
It happened. That's it. Yeah,
I can't do that. I'd be like, I'd be thinking about it for the next hour.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, yeah, it's like my friends are shooting on me. They score one, get it out of the net, move on to the next one. That's it. Yeah, so I know it sounds easier said than done for sure. Also, guys, we made it to the second round of the playoffs. So keep an eye out.
Hey, let's go, Marky Mark.
Yeah, and the Funky Pucks. Don't
follow him on Instagram.
Follow them on Instagram, but if you're a kid, don't read the captions. They're they're absolutely
I saw him talking about your forecheck the other day, though, in a 2-0 win. He was praising your forecheck in there.
We were the line. Yes, I'm the guy who plays literally every position. I've played goalie, forward, and defense. And we were the offensive line that game that couldn't do jack offensively, but we were very responsible back checking. So the other team got no opportunities.
Very nice. Shut up.
So you were the shutdown. You call that the shutdown line, Eric. You talk yourself up and you call that the shutdown line. You don't say no offensive chances. Come on.
Well, see, I get in my head with the one offensive chance I had on a power play, and I was on the left side, and a guy was streaking. I'm like, I'm gonna shoot this off the pads. It's gonna go right out to him. Completely missed the net short side. I'm like, that wasn't even close to where I wanted to go. But that's all right.
Well,
yeah,
that's all right. Also, Panthers clinched the playoffs.
They did.
Oh yeah, that's
We
important.
were the
Throw
first
that in
team to
there.
clinch.
Yeah, they're better than Marky Mark, so we should probably talk about them.
But they're not as entertaining.
Well, no.
Yeah, well, Mackenzie Weegar was entertaining today. When
Oh,
he
that was funny.
Spiced up by Dolly.
was
that
sick.
was funny.
That was
Shout out
nice.
Mackenzie Weegar.
He almost
It
kicked.
looked,
He
the
almost kicked
first
him in
time
the
I
face.
saw that,
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot worse because I thought he went head first into the boards for a second when I saw it in real speed, but then when they showed the replay, I was like, oh no, he's fine. So it just looked funny. I was really worried for a second, but then he was just like, oh, it was. Just
Don't
a
be
goofy
worried
little-
about that bastard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was the motherfucker who was pissed about Jake Evans being down on the ice injured and then a whistle happening. And then he was immediately like, what the fuck? And as Jake Evans is like on the ice, like just not even moving. And he's like, why the fuck did you whistle? I'm like, fuck off. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, that's what he is. He's a little bastard. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else?
I don't think so.
I actually have something.
What do you got?
And I want to. So, Nick, this is a question for you. So, my manager today at work was telling me that he was starting his fantasy baseball draft. So, are you doing that or no?
I don't know.
No,
Probably
okay.
not.
Okay.
I don't. It's tough, dude, because baseball is just like playing fantasy hockey. And
Except
it's
like
you gotta be on
times
top of
2.
your shit every single day.
Mhm,
And there's
mhm.
32 teams in there, 30 some teams in the league, and it's a 182 game season or something like that, or 162 game
yeah.
season. So it's like it's a long slog through there, just like how playing fantasy hockey is, right? Like
Yeah.
we're close to the end of our season right now, and it's me and Danielle. Like I'm just trying to fight to catch up to Danielle, and then I fucking leave a goalie on my bench last night and lose 30 points.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I could fire sale to some of you guys if you want. I'm done.
Oh, Ben's done with it. Ben's done with it.
Done.
Here it is. Trade deadline selling. All right, we'll have to get on some GM calls off
Wait.
Off podcast.
So does that
Right.
mean, Nick? Does that mean you're in second place then? Because Danielle's in first.
Nick's in
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
He's right there.
It's been me and Danielle first and second all season long.
All season, yeah.
He's
Okay.
right there. I'm trying to catch other Nick. I'm like
Okay.
I'm like 70 to 100 points behind him. But I think I'm slowly catching up. I think I might do it by the end of the year, but especially if I
Nice.
strike a deal with Benny. But
It's fine. See, you're scratching my back because it saves my draft position anyway. So like,
We can't trade.
is trading done?
Trading's done.
I wonder. I bet it's.
I didn't know that was
I
a thing.
bet it's trade. I bet trade deadline. I bet it's the same. I bet it
Mhm.
I
stops
honestly
trading.
didn't
at
know
trade
that was a thing.
That's
Damn.
funny. Darn it! Well, I'm just gonna have to keep doing what I'm doing.
I honestly didn't think that was a thing.
No, I mean you can. The only way
I'll
to
just
do it
drop
now
a
is
bunch
you
of
drop
guys.
them, but
Yeah, you could just
you
drop
have some
him. Yeah.
non-droppable players on
Do
that
some
team as
waivers.
well. But nah, I don't want to do that. I want to try and see if I can catch her on my own.
Do it legit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will bring you another update next week on the Fifth Line Podcast. Out.
Yeah, is that how we're ending it?
All right, everybody. If you if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see NHL live streams where there's rage and anger from me,
Watch our Facebook page, and then you'll see if we're doing it on a Saturday.
yes, if you keep an eye out for Saturday at Chel Streams on the Fifth Line Podcast. I don't know why I keep
Indeed.
doing that.
Gotta do your best radio voice to end it.
Yeah, right. All right. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next week. Keep safe. Keep watching hockey. Nick, watch some more.
Yes. I mean, playoffs are around. He'll
That's
jump
true,
on
yeah.
that.
We're gonna have some. Well, I'll have some playoff parties. Never mind. All right. We'll see you guys next week.